We back. Curbside College, another episode in the books. Today, a special episode, man, near and dear to my heart, man. Consistency, perseverance, hustle. Today, we celebrating my 20th episode of Curbside College. I started this thing back in late September of 25, and we already at 20 episodes. And it got me to thinking, right? You don't need nobody permission to do what you want to do in this world, man. You don't need nobody to agree with your plans. You don't need nobody to tell you what you got going on is a good idea. You don't need nothing from nobody to get out here and do what you need to do. That's all this taught me. 20 episodes already, man. I'm ecstatic. I didn't even think I was gonna make it this far. I thought I was gonna quit. It's been hella times I wanted to quit. It's been hella times I've been waking up, seeing the responses, some negative, but I get a lot of positive. So those are the ones I hold on to. But you don't need nobody permission to get out here and do what you need to do. You know what I'm saying? You just don't. You don't need nobody to constantly reassure you that you got a good idea or you want to or following what you want to do is a good idea or giving you hella problems on why you shouldn't do what you want to do. You don't need to tell nobody nothing. You just get out here and do that shit. That's what I did, man. And I'm on 20 episodes already and it's finally starting to reach people. A lot of people coming to me saying they seen it. I'm talking about in other states, not even just in the Bay Area or in California. And so that's reassurance to me that I'm doing the right thing. You know, sometimes we get on this camera, we feel embarrassed, we think we sound stupid. You know, our mind tell us all kind of shit to stop us from doing what we need to do because most of the time it's scary and we just trying to protect ourselves from embarrassment. But no, get out here and do that, man. Whatever you got on your mind, get out here and do it. You don't need nobody to tell you that what you're doing is a good idea or you look right doing that or you do this or you don't do that. No, man, fuck all that. Don't wait on that. I'm at 20 episodes already, and it's starting to feel real. You know, people know me for doing this. People are approaching me in Target and all other kind of places where I get stuff from. You know, and it just feel good. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the things that I say could be or can be looked at as like rhetorical, but sometimes people need to hear these things. Sometimes people need to see people like them talk about these kind of things because a lot of people go through stuff in their head that they don't talk about. And these small conversations I have with y'all on this camera could help people. You know what I'm saying? So 20 episodes already, man. And sometimes the only person you need a pat on the back from is yourself. You know what I'm saying? Get out here and build what you need to build, give to the world, build your company, build whatever you got going on in your head, man. Because they're going to laugh at you at the bottom and they're going to laugh at you at the top. They're going to laugh the whole way. But the only difference between that is how you feel about yourself and what you done gave to the world. Because most of the time, it's not going to be the people that close to you that's going to appreciate what you're doing. Most of your customers not going to be friends. They're going to be strangers, people that really support what you're doing and really see you as the value that you give. Instead of just downplaying you because they known you all your life. You know what I'm saying? So get out here and build what you need to build and you don't need nobody permission. You know what I'm saying? College. Anyway, we going to move on. So recently I've been getting into a couple endeavors that I've been needing information, right? I've been reaching out to people getting information on a couple things I got going on. And I figured out something that's that bothers me a lot. And that thing is people seem like they don't really like sharing information, right? You know what I'm saying? So I got to thinking like when I started this show, one of the main problems that I had was lack of information, how to do this and how to do that, and where should I do this at, and where should I do that. And and when I got to reaching out to people and I got to talking to certain people, they just had a problem giving me the information. And I'm trying to figure out why. You know what I'm saying? If we not sharing information amongst each other, how's we all gonna come up as a whole or as a community or as a race or as a financial group, anything? You know what I'm saying? The lack of information is one of the first things that's gonna guarantee failure. You know what I'm saying? If we not sharing this information with each other, we not sharing what we know with each other, what we gonna do? So long story short, I'm reaching out to people and it seems like they just having a problem with giving me information or talking to me or like my ambition troubles them. You know what I'm saying? Like how ambition I am give them the reason to think that if they give me information that they gonna fail or I'm gonna succeed faster. That's what I'm getting from it. You know what I'm saying? So number one, the lack of information is almost a guaranteed failure. If we don't share it or learn it or collaborate with it, it's almost a guaranteed failure. Because look, if you might have all the information, but the other person might have perspective and aspect. You know what I'm saying? The information that you get, that person could possibly 9 times out of 10 benefit you. But the scarcity mindset got you thinking that that person's so ambitious, they might pass you up or use the information you give them to do better than you. That's scarcity, man. That's scarcity. It's enough out here for everybody. You think my Arabic brother's not sharing the information on how to open up them stores? It's 20, 30 of them down East 14th. They telling each other how to do this. They sharing information. They open up stores left and right. They got the abundant mindset. They know it's enough people out here buying that shit for them to all own stores. You know what I'm saying? So we got to share the information amongst each other. I'm not going to get into the specific endeavors that I'm getting into because I don't want to single nobody out. But pay attention to the people who give you the information when you need it or how they deliver it. Because some people might deliver the information with a superiority complex. They only talking to you because they know you don't know something. It's their chance to feel like they better than you. You got to pay attention to that too. Because that's a problem too. But that's a whole separate problem. That's a whole separate problem. Now, here's the thing. Giving out information does not contribute to your failure. Let me explain. Like, if you sell hamburgers, right? And somebody else come to you asking you what kind of stove you use, do you use propane, do you grill, or all that shit, all that information that you use to start your shit. Just because you give them the information don't mean that they're going to surpass you or you're going to fail. Because let me tell you something. All information is perceived differently. And the number one thing, all hustle sold separately. Just because you give somebody the information don't mean they're going to apply it like you, don't mean they see things like you. You know what I'm saying? All this hustle sold separately. And then what you do by withholding information, you kind of put yourself in a position to avoid opportunity. Like, you never know what type of opportunities giving that person information could bring. You never know who you're talking to and what kind of connections they got. You know what I'm saying? They might have what you need to take your business to the next level, but they holding it out because they at a lower level than you as far as execution. You know what I'm saying? That person might not be coming to you at trying to get in your business and shut you down. That person might admire what you're doing. And they might take what they learn from you and take it to a person that can help you take your business to the next level. We got to get out of that scarcity mindset that we think people are always coming for our spot because it's enough out here for everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's enough out here for everybody, and you ruin your relationships like that. People start to hold grudges to you. People start to hold grudges against you when you don't want to tell them something you do so fluently. And especially if they struggling, they're like, man, they're a hater, man. You don't want to tell them. You know what I'm saying? I could understand if you think that person just being nosy and they just gouging you for information so they could wrap their head around what you're doing to make themselves feel better. But when you see a person really striving and really trying to get this shit done, just give them a little help, man. You'd be surprised how much respect a person could give you when you help them mentally with something that they was down on their ass about. And don't tell them to make them feel bad. Don't tell them because you think you're smarter than them in a certain aspect. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because the people who you kick down might be the ass you got to kiss on your way back up. You never know. The hustle sold separately. You know what I'm saying? Don't give people information in superiority. Give it to them as a peer. Give it to them because you want to see them survive. You don't want to break no relationship to somebody, especially who got the hustle or the motherfucking determination that you don't got. We all lacking in some characteristic. You know what I'm saying? We all lacking in some characteristic, man. Don't be selfish with the information. You got to give your brother the information. You know what I'm saying? If you're getting a bad vibe from him, like, you know what I'm saying? If you're getting a bad vibe from him, and you feel like they just being nosy with what you're doing, that's a whole separate story. You got to open a file on them. Side note, I got this thing in my head where I open files on people, right? If somebody do something funny, this is a side note. This don't got nothing to do with information. It's a side note. I do shit like I open files on people. Like if somebody do something super funny or super out of their normal or super or the emotion behind their action was leaning towards a certain direction, I do this thing in my head called opening a file. I open a file on that person. I put a picture of their face in my head, and I literally open a manila folder in my head and start putting information in it. You know what I'm saying? Then I start watching that person. This is a little TMI, you know what I'm saying? But I usually don't tell people this, but it's a good thing to do. So you got to watch people who just coming to get the information specifically to wrap their head around you so they can kick you down when they need to. Or talk about your little business, or talk about your little car, or talk about your little whatever, your little t-shirts you sell, and try to belittle you. Be careful with that. Because there's a lot of that going around, but it is on the flip side, there is a lot of people with real ambition that just want information. And if we not sharing that information amongst each other, we ain't gonna never come up. Imagine if we spent all our money with black businesses. Imagine if we did like the Jewish people do, black cleaners, black car washers, black chefs, black realtors, black people, black everything. I'm talking about for black gardeners, black garage door openers, you know what I'm saying? Black painters. Imagine if we did that. Imagine how much power we could take back if we shared the information we need to share about business to empower every aspect of occupation in our community. Think about that. You know what I'm saying? Think about that. It's a serious thing. And what made me come to this conclusion, what made me bring this to college is because I literally faced it. I literally was going through it, asking information on multiple topics, and people was just having a hard time giving it to me. Like any other time I hear somebody talking about something fluently, they know this, they know that, they know it from head to toe. But as soon as you ask them, and they see you ambitious about it, and they see you trying to get in the game, or you trying to build something in the aspect they know, they just act like they don't know nothing. They don't want to tell you. That's some sucker shit, man. That's some real sucker shit for somebody to hold some information about something so petty that they ain't gonna hurt they path at all. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Now, what I suggest we start doing is that we start giving out information abundantly to the people that we know who deserve it. Like I said, you'll be surprised how somebody you help treat you, and you never know a position they're gonna be in. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn what people got to offer after you give them the information they need to go out into the world and apply it. If you constantly telling somebody something and you don't see them making no headwind, man, don't waste your breath no more. But if you see that person, you're going to know if that person using the information you gave them, because they're going to have the next question, or they're going to come back with the next answer. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see the mental levels go up in their head as the information gets received. You know what I'm saying? Collaborate with people. Collaborate with your people, man. You know what I'm saying? Create a think tank. Share ideas. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to necessarily be in the same area of occupation to share ideas. Strategy can be used all across all kinds of information. Strategy can be used across all occupations of life. Because at the end of the day, we in this thing to build legacy, make money, and build wealth. And strategy can be used across all of that. You can ask the people that I'm around when I pull up, and whoever I be talking to, I bounce ideas out instantly. I ask questions to invoke conversation. That's what I do. I'm not the type of person that just jump on camera and act like I'm this and I'm not that in real life. Anybody you know that know me could say who I am right now. I'm on and off camera. I'm like this. I'm inquisitive. I'm curious, and I don't mind reaching out, asking for questions. I ask so many questions, they get tired of me. People get tired of me. That's what I do. But at the same time, I offer information too. A person damn near don't even gotta ask me a question. I could just hear them talking about a problem they have, and I just intervene with whatever I know. I do research for somebody and come back the next day with where they should start. That's just the type of person I am. You'll be surprised the type of response you get from people once you help them, man. So let's stop being selfish with this information. Let's help each other, man. You know what I'm saying? And let's get this money. Let's build some wealth for our community, and stop being scared to spend with your African black brothers, man. Stop being scared to spend with your people. And I'm not even saying that to be like cliche. The only reason why I'm saying it is because I'm watching every ethnicity around me do it. I'm watching the Spanish do it. I'm watching our Arab brothers do it. I'm watching the Asians do it. I'm watching the Filipinos do it. I'm watching every other culture in the Bay Area create a compartmentalized financial structure to support each other. I'm watching it, but we don't do it. We don't do it for some reason, man. Self-hatred, I guess, but that's another episode. I'm not finna go rant off about that. But start sharing the information, man. Because one piece of advice you offer somebody could be the whole, and they could come back with whatever you needed to build up what you trying to build, man. College, man. We gonna lock this up right here, man. I'll see y'all next week.